Welcome to the first in my series of 5-star cars. This is the all-new VW T-Roc. Perfect design, perfect size, perfect price. And what's even better is that they are also available now.
Well, I say that. They were when I did this. Things could very well have changed by now because good products like this don't hang around for very long. Interest on this car, for example, is up 45% on last year, which means the public are in love with it. Today, I'm testing a fast one.
Okay, driving power and performance out of the junction business. Oh, come on then. Now what's interesting is I've always been a huge fan of the Golf R. This is easier to live with, just as quick, not quite as fun. Not quite as fun, but surprisingly good. 300 horsepower, does it feel scary fast? Not really, it's just kind of quite a nice amount of power. And the handling is obviously really good when you're pressing on, which obviously you won't in these speed limits, but I think I do prefer this to the Golf R now. I think that's the interesting thing. I may have said this before. I wonder whether Volkswagen have shot themselves in the foot making a better car than the Golf. Is that even possible? Can you, is it, oh, I've got to change down now with my handles. Yeah, I like it. I like the power. Here's the thing about the power. The torque isn't really there. You couldn't overtake more than one car, I don't think, in this. You know, if you really wanted to be one of those idiots that does that on an A road, this isn't the car for that. But coming out of a corner, coming off a roundabout, long drive home, just want to experience little bits of power and hear the engine, perfect. Again, the Golf R, I'm not completely knocking it because it is more of a race car. This is more of an everyday performance SUV. That's good, that's what it is, Howard. All right.
Of course, you don't need the fast one because they're all exceptional. Here, they come in a lot of different colours. And there's even a roof-off one, which I discovered at the very famous Volkswagen Museum, just outside Oxfordshire.
Along with this new front design, which incorporates this single LED strip all the way along the front, even the cheapest ones come with wireless Apple and Android, high beam assist, autonomous braking, and adaptive cruise.
Just like VW invented the Golf, which essentially reinvented what we know to be a car, they too have done something similar with the T-Roc, giving everybody what they want. It's one of my favourite cars too for customization, and that makes it suit everyone. In fact, it's so good, this is the car I recommend all my friends get first. True story.
What's that? What's the miles to the gallon? Well, according to this, 77. Oh no, nothing. 23, 17. Work it out for yourself. You know, you don't get one of these when petrol is $8. Do you know what? It's £8 a gallon, isn't it? £8. I have to work out every trip now. Okay, so I've now gone 20 miles. £8 something a gallon. How much is it for each mile? Someone in the comments will already know that. But I don't think if you're getting one of these, 30, 40, 80, 0. I need to find the average. Oh, there's the average. We won't.
You get 445 litres of space in the boot, which is about 60 more than the Golf, and of course enough for your favourite trips to IKEA on a Saturday. The rear space is perfect also for the kids, and you now get some scrolling indicators too. How very Audi of them.
And this cabin is just such a homely place to be. They may not have wanted it to be a homely place, but it is. It's got a lovely Volkswagen homely, it's okay mate, smell. I like this new steering wheel. This obviously is the R. In particular, I love this little blue R that comes up there, just to remind you it is an R. But everything is just confident, reassuring. I'm sitting in a Ergo Active seat, which comes in a number of options such as Art Villa or Napa. And of course, because this is an R, this has the tartan seats. One thing that isn't great is the fact that you can't specify a lighter colour. For example, well, you can have a grey and black in the Napa, but you can't have a beige, which is a problem, or a white, which is a problem for me, but not necessarily for you, because you don't live in 1982.
You can have a 1 litre TSI, a 1.5 TSI and a 2 litre diesel, including a 4-wheel drive. I'm a fan of the 1 litre TSI engine because it's really all you need, especially if, like everyone, you too have just recently run out of money. Here's the website bit. Don't tell everyone, but according to Leasing.com, the cheapest T-Roc is this much cheaper to lease than it is over 48 months on a PCP. That saves you about £54 a month for this bike, for instance, or these slippers.
Take the wheel in one of these and you are going to fall in love with the T-Roc, largely because of how easy it is to drive around in. It weighs about the same as a Golf, but it's obviously higher up and it does feel an awful lot bigger than a Golf. The thing about the T-Roc is, whichever one you get, you tend to sort of float about in it. Not so much in this, because when I press this button, I then go into race. I have a loud exhaust to annoy people, a stiffer suspension, and a very stiff steering setup, which most people will love.
Back at the museum, I learned all about Volkswagen steaming ahead to a new electric future. Sorry, charging ahead. One of the cars I'm dying to get my hands on is this, which costs about £565 a month, and not much more if you have somewhere to plug it in. It's ideas like this that make me very excited about Volkswagen's warm and approachable attitude to cars and the people who drive them.
Now this is the new infotainment system, which interestingly is very different to the new Golf. Have they gone back? Here's something for the comments. Have they gone backwards? Do they think maybe the Golf one isn't as good as this? We've got the return of the hotkeys down the side, for example. The maps are the same as they were. You might say, well, can we not have a new system now? Because look, the radio is all exactly the same, but I still prefer it. Maybe it is a case of that. If it isn't broken, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. Obviously wireless, Apple, Android and Mirror Link with this car as well. And it comes with a Beats sound system, which has 6 speakers, 300 watts, and a sub. So I spent a week looking online to see what people who have got one of these think of the sound system. It's a mixed bag, but it's erring on the positive.
Something else as well. Volkswagen have cleverly created a selection of cars bursting with humility, ideal for today's culture. By driving a Volkswagen, your wealth is always fully disguised. Clever. You could be rich, but also you might not be. Volkswagen call this concept stealth wealth. They didn't. I just made that up.
So we've established that this is an extraordinarily comfortable car. Not extraordinarily, I think it's just surprisingly easy to live with. I just want to do things. Do you want me to do a 3-point turn? That's fine. I can do a 3-point turn. How many do you want me to do? I'll do all the moving and driving about if you want. You can have obviously manual, and you can have an automatic. You can also have adaptive suspension, which I don't think you're going to need. If you want to spend the money, feel free to spend the money on something else. But if you want even more comfort, I think the Tiguan is worth a look. Now, granted, the Tiguan is a little bit more boring to look at than this. It's a lot more boring to look at than this. But if you've got a big family, you might want to go, well, hang on, is the Tiguan a better option, for money? The prices do this all the time, so you never really know which is the best car. But I love the Tiguan. I think it's amazing, highly underrated. I took the Tiguan everywhere. You can have a look at our review by searching Tiguan if you go onto the channel, or I'll drop a link in the description. But I loved it. I took it everywhere, even Western Supermare. So the prices are good, the options are good, and the design is brilliant. I think this is the best looking small SUV crossover in the world. My top 3: looks, driving, in this case fun, position of driving, that's 4, prices, that's 5. It's going on and on. I could go on all night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching our first 5-star car.